Hello everyone and welcome to the Trade Ideas Live Trading Room recap for Friday, June the 24th. My name is Barry Anderson. I'm the moderator of the Trading Room. This is the address to get in. I'm sharing my screen all day long, and you don't have to be a member of Trade Ideas to get into our Trading Room. It is free. Just log in as a guest. I'm live on the mic between 9 a.m. and 4 p.m. Eastern Daylight Time. And if you'd like to take out a subscription to Trade Ideas, this is a link you can use. And when you click on the link, you'll see a promo code which will give you instant savings on whatever subscription plan you decide to take. Well, obviously today, what a day. Just goes to show, yesterday the market was robust. It was excited. Everybody figured for sure that the Brits would remain in the EU. And of course, that wasn't the case. So the market is now down about 500 points and everything basically collapsed. However, I had a couple of trades. I'm going to go over this Manpower trade, and I kind of blew it. Doesn't look as bad on a 5-minute chart, but I'm sorry, on a 15-minute chart. But I got into this. I tried to short it twice. 68.81, right about here when it broke down through 69. I shorted. I took some profit, and then this knocked me out. I shorted it again at 68.66, took some profit. This knocked me out. And I was really kind of ticked at myself because, again, I suppose what I should have done is taken fewer shares because it was somewhat obvious that, on a day that the market is so down, that the bounces were going to be very few and far between. And, so I allowed myself to get shaken out because of this. However, eventually I did get it right and I re-entered the short. You know what? I've got this pointer on, and it sort of. Let me just do something here. I'm going to get rid of it. Kind of disrupts. There we go. Disrupts the flow of my pointer. So anyway, I did get back into this trade at 66.89, right about here. And this time I was bound and determined to hold this. And I almost got shaken out here. But I did hold on through here, and eventually, I took some out at 66.20, 65.80, 65.80, 65.85. So I made $1 on that, and before this big bounce happened. But kind of a little bit, got a little bit anxious in this area here, and probably just should have taken fewer shares, and then that would have been a lot better. Now, a mistake I made, CCI, as I was saying, difficult to play the bounces today. But we watched this one, and I think Real in the room pointed this one out to us as maybe one to watch. And so, I watched this one. It broke above, CCI broke above 97 right there and came back down. Second time it broke above 97. It looked pretty good. And I decided to take the trade. And I got in at 97.15, right about here. Let's put a mark here. Got in the trade right here. And it immediately moved up very smartly. And then it did this. And unfortunately, normally what I do, especially on a day where you can't anticipate that a stock is going to continue to move like this, the SPY started to move down, and I just wasn't fast enough, and I actually took a 20-cent loss instead of about a 20-cent gain on this, at least for part. Typically what I do on something that moves this quickly, and especially on a day, I mean, remember, the market's down 500 points. You cannot expect bounces to or stocks to sustain themselves. I will show you one that did, quite an amazing stock today. But anyway, that was my bad. I should have definitely taken some profit here. And then, what I would have normally done, taken some profit here. And then on this collapse, I would have probably sold right where I bought and then waited. And then if it had gone back up, I may have bought back in. But anyway, that was a mistake on my part. One stock that was pretty spectacular today was Finish Line. And this was an earnings play. And here's where it closed yesterday, 1683. Pre-market. Actually, is this the pre-market? What day are we now? Yeah, that's the pre-market. Wasn't sure if this. Yeah, well, that's right, because it was earnings released just before the market opened. So it actually, I mean, look what it did. Now these are 5-minute. This is a 5-minute chart. A little bit of a pullback here, a little bit of a pullback here. minor consolidation here, little pullback here. Now it's starting to pull back a little bit more, but look at the trend up. Now remember, the market's down 500 points, and this stock, it was again an earnings play, one of the few earnings plays today. Typically, you could see something like this on a day where the market is, it doesn't have to be up, but not generally down 500 points. And so this had surprising strength. I mean, this is the alpha stock that we look for. I know Real in the room played it, and I looked at it hard and like. I looked at it very hard, but I just couldn't commit to it because, with the market being down so much, I just didn't think it would have sustainability. But this is the alpha stock that you look for, and it's possible because there's very few earnings plays. People who want to play their earnings plays, they got into this one and they just didn't let it go. So because somebody even said that the guidance wasn't that great, so it's not like it was spectacular. Though I haven't read it, so don't quote me on that. But anyway, that's just an example of how you can outguess yourself, thinking that, okay, yeah, it was up, but surely it has to start coming down because the market is so down. But this definitely traded completely on its own, a classic alpha stock. One other stock to take a look at is this BSPM. Again, a very, very low floater, less than 2 million in the float. And a lot of these little ones, of course, aren't that affected by the big market. So this is why this is trading on its own. I did actually, make a very, very quick scalp trade on this one, but it is difficult to trade. Though look, I mean, the trend is definitely up. I would maybe watch this one on Monday. It hit a high of 6, I think, a couple of days ago, so it may still have some juice left in it. But I mean, this one definitely is one that defied the odds today on a day where the market's down. Now the other one that I just want to bring your attention to, GST. This is my swing from yesterday, and because again this is such a low profile stock, it has not been affected at all really by the overall market. Still holding on to it. Take a look at the time frame, on the daily time frame. You'll see why we got into this one. A few of us yesterday decided to get into this one. Talk about a void or a gap. So when this stock, this is the daily chart, so when this stock broke above that number right there, right above the high of this candle, which was 107, it had already, remember this is yesterday's candle, so it was moving up, moved above $1, and thought, okay, you know what? Based on this daily, I thought this was had a good shot to being a potential swing trade. So still in it. It has not been affected yet by the overall market, and in fact, it even almost it touched yesterday's high. And I'm still going to hold it. And if it broke down below 1, I will definitely be out of it. But for now, I'm still going to hold it. All right. Anything else? I had a little trade in SYT that worked out okay. Red Hat early on was not that good. And Wall, yeah, I had a little trade in Wall that I was trying to play. A bit of a lag today with trade. Oh no, it's moved back down now. Let's see, I might have to get back in it. I tried to short this right here, but the SPY was starting to move up, and was moving with the SPY. So I'll watch. If the SPY starts to really put in a big red bar, I might reshort this. Okay, so in fact, what I'm going to do, I'm going to stop this video right now. I might even have to, just one sec. Okay, well, I didn't reshort it yet, but if the SPY starts to really make a big red bar down, I'm going to probably get into this one and short it. It's a bank stock and probably will follow the SPY, so we'll see what happens. All right, well, listen, thanks a lot for listening today. What a day. Again, everybody figured yesterday that the pundits were correct, the Brits would remain, and absolutely was not the case. So excuse me, just goes to show that, because if you listen to all the talking heads yesterday, they said, there's no way, even though they figured the vote was going to be close, they just didn't figure there was any way at all that they would vote to leave the union. But all right, thanks a lot for listening. Again, this is a free room. This is the address to get in. I usually open the room at about 8:45. That's when I start sharing my screen. We take a look at, I have a great pre-market screener that we use that really starts to identify some of the stocks that might be in play for the day. And then I get live on the mic between 9 a.m. and 4 p.m. Eastern. And again, if you want to take out a subscription to Trade Ideas, just click on this link and you'll see a promo code. And that will get you a 15% discount off whatever subscription plan you decide to take. Okay, thanks for listening and hope to see you in our trading room on Monday. Bye-bye.